Hey guys, welcome to a video. Just want to talk a little bit about Charlie Kirk's assassination. I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but yesterday I spent about 4 or 5 hours looking at videos, uh, different angles, listening to people's stories. People have some really good conspiracy theories, and I don't want to make conspiracy theories, but I feel like I need to, and that's because our government, the United States of America, covers up a lot of stuff. The United States of America isn't as noble as they might want to be shown throughout the world or appear. I've seen UFOs multiple times throughout my childhood, and the U.S. covers it up. And they'll look at you in the face and tell you it's a weather balloon. And just recently, they released, they're acknowledging it. But that's a different topic, right? What I want to talk to you guys about was Charlie Kirk's assassination. So the reports that, or the report by the FBI is that he got shot by a sniper approximately 200 yards. So we'll look at that diagram in a second. So this is what we're looking at. So Charlie was over here in the courtyard. So his let me see if I can get a pen or something. His thing would have been approximately around this area, and the shot came from over there. And that is a difficult shot. I know there's people that are saying it's not. I'm not a shooter, so obviously it's going to be hard for me to really make that claim. But I'm going to say that's a really hard, difficult shot to make, especially the neck area that's not that big. And there's some stuff in the video, if you look closely, there's a lot of red flags that people already pointed out. So I wanted to just go through with those things and some observations that I made. So let's look at some stuff right now. So let's say the bullet did go from the front, which was, I don't know if that's more on the side, so I guess it's more on the right side. Then the entrance wound would have been, I guess, on the left side. But let's look at where it actually is. So Charlie's wound is actually on the left side of his neck and is protruding out right down there. So that means that the bullet, or whatever it was, must have came from his right side going into his left. If he was shot from the position that he was in, then it probably would have came out the opposite way, because then the bullet wouldn't make any sense. So I did want to warn you guys, and I should have in the beginning, that there might be some graphic images. I'm going to try my best not to show it. But this is just, like I said, it's. I think there's more to Charlie Kirk's assassination than we're being led to believe. You know, I've never seen the FBI so involved. I've never seen the FBI, and they said it's a record time that they solved this case. I've never seen the FBI record time solve the case. It's like everything was perfect. The text messages seemed a little staged. Everything just seemed too good. It even had like the bullet markings on it, like weird stuff, like hate fascists and like making it out to be a trans to grow hate and all that stuff. There's just a lot of red flags in this case. So let me show you guys some of the evidence that I've noticed that looks a little odd. So I'm sure you guys have seen this video, but we're gonna break this video down a little bit. We're gonna get a closer look at what's happening in this video, and I want you guys to pay attention. It's gonna be a little hard, so I might mess up a few times, but let's walk through this video. We're not going to play, we're going to go frame by frame. We're going to really look at what's happening in this video. So Charlie is moments away. As you can see, that white speck flying right there. I know it looks like a bug, right? But keep your eyes on that thing. That white metallic looking thing that's flying in a really strange pattern. Just keep your eyes on that, because that's what we're focusing on here. That one is, we're not paying attention to that brown one. That's a butterfly. We're looking for that metallic looking one. Go over here. So the metallic will go here. Charlie answers the question. And right now I'm going frame by frame, guys, so I'm really trying to scout this thing out. It comes back into frame, I think right there. This step right there. It's hard to see, but hold on. It's on the corner. It's hard to see on my phone here. But if you look at that white speck on Charlie's pants, Then he picks it up. It's gonna come back around. Not that one. Okay, let's keep looking for it so we can find it again. Okay, there it is. That right there. That metallic looking thing that passes by Charlie's shoulder area. Do you see it right there by Charlie's shoulder? I don't know if I can show it with a pencil here. Let's see, nope, I can't do that. It's a video. Okay, so it goes up. As you can see, it passes Charlie's arm, that metallic looking thing. So there it is. By his pants. You see by his arm, his pants. Just follow that. And try to go as slow as possible. It's really hard to trace. And now it's by Charlie's back. It goes upward. You see where the guy with the sunglasses is in the corner over there? It's by his head right now. So it goes up. It goes up. It goes up in precision. Now it's above where the lightning bolt is. That little white speck. Keep following that. Let's go back. It's really hard to trace. There it goes again. You see that curve it makes? It's so precise that the way it curves, I don't even know. I know it looks like a bug, and maybe that's why it looks like a bug, so people can think it's a bug. Then it goes up onto the canopy. Then moments later, before Charlie is shot, you see the guy with the hat. I know this has been one of the big things. The guy with the hat, he makes a signal. He makes a signal. The signal can be, get the gun noise ready, have the shooter shoot it. He's definitely signaling something. He's signaling something, and then he touches his nose. And then the guy behind him also, the guy to the side of him also does something. This is when Charlie is about to get killed. The guy with the black shirt does something. And right here, this is when it happens. Watch closely. Something behind Charlie's back. Let's try to stay over here because this is where it happens. And I'm sorry, guys. This might get a little graphic, but I need you guys to see this because I don't think it's a bullet like they're making us believe. I think it's more than that. I think it's an object that either drilled through Charlie's neck, and I'm going to show you guys why I think that, or it's some type of advanced drone that the government does not want us to know about. So, right there. Let's go back. Right there. Watch that white speck. You see that white speck? Right there. I'm trying to pause it. Okay, right there. That white speck right there. Take a look at that white speck. I'm gonna replay it a few times. You see how the guy with the white hat is like recording it, like he knew this was coming. Check out that white speck. Right there, that white speck, and you can tell it came from the back because of the way the shirt jumps up like that. So that means something came from the back of his neck, hit his shirt, and there's a hole in his shirt. I'm gonna show you guys in a few. But if you see that white speck, it's like a drill bug. It just went right through his neck like a bullet. And that's when you know, because the way Charlie reacted, you know something came from behind him. So if you look at it, boom, right there, the white speck. It's hard to trace, but it's really fast. Whatever that thing was, boom, hits him right there, and then Charlie bleeds out. I think you do see it come around. Let me pause the video real quick. That way I don't show you guys unnecessary blood. Okay, so the other angle, I couldn't see it. Once it went through his neck, it goes out of frame. But this one, actually, you can see. There is going to be a little gore in this one, so I apologize again. I'm not trying to show this to defame Charlie at any means necessary. I'm going to try to even go over here. But I do need you guys to see something. Let's see. Let's fix this frame. 1 second. Alright, so let's look at this frame. This is from the frontal view. We're going to go frame by frame here. Whatever frame we have. It's only 4 seconds. So before Charlie gets shot, there's something. Again, guys, this might show graphic, but we need to see this because without this frame, I can't really show you guys exactly what I'm trying to prove over here. So right before Charlie is hit, there's something black that streaks right by him. And that's whatever that was is going supersonic speed. And if you take a closer look, there you go. That white metallic thing by the C and the O. We see .com, you see .com, and you see it. It's right there, and then it goes through Charlie's neck. And right there, if you look at Charlie's shirt, it jumps as if something entered the back of his neck and is trying to drill out of the front of his shirt. And if you look closely at the front of his shirt, you're going to see a hole, and you're going to see a tiny bit of blood splatter as if something forced its way out, like something was just dipped into paint or water or something like that, or not water, or blood, or something that's gonna make it colored, and then it's gonna stain white. If Charlie wasn't wearing white this day, it probably would have been hard to notice. So as you can see, it goes right to the back of his neck. The shirt jumps up. The exit wound is bigger than the entrance wound, and the exit wound has more blood shooting out. So if you stop at this frame and you look closely by Charlie's collar, you see a little bit of blood splatter, and you see a little hole. That's where that metallic looking bug went out. So it shot through there, and it goes. You see the hole right there? You see Charlie's neck? He has a hole. That's the exit wound. That's 100% exit wound because of how big it is. It has to be. And I'm not a gun expert, but it just makes sense. And then you see Charlie's shirt. There's the exit of the object. So I don't think it was a bullet like we're being led to believe. I don't think it's a gun. I think it's an object that went right through him, kind of like a ninja star, or like some type of assassin drone. And then if you go down, you're gonna see this metallic looking entity. Let's try to go down here, that way we don't have to show Charlie bleeding out as much. We just got, okay, there it is, guys. If you take a closer look, there it is again. Let's see, there's the metallic object, and it's gonna go up. It's the way it moves is so gracefully. It just looks abnormal. It looks like a bug, but it doesn't look like a bug. It looks like some sort of advanced technology. And then we're gonna have to follow it. It's hard to follow if we don't zoom out. Where did it go? There it goes. You see, there it goes. There it goes. Whatever that is, look at the way it turns, and then it goes up. Whatever that technology is very, very advanced. So after it killed Charlie, it makes its way out. He goes up into the air. And now we're going to go watch another video. We're going to show you guys where this thing is going. So this was right after it happened. People are running, and then you see that object leave the vicinity. And that's the same object that we were dealing with. You see the wings. It goes up. And it leaves. I think we have another example. So this is some pictures of it. It looks too shiny to be a bird. It looks like some type of UFO or something. So let's take a look at the angle from the front a little closer. So let's pause it. Let's go very slow. Somebody made this video and circled it so we can see. You see that the object that's going through Charlie appears there. Remember, in the first video we watched, it went above and around him. It went up to the canopy, so maybe it was charging itself up to go very fast and through Charlie's neck. And there's the exit. You see the little arrow there? There's where it escapes. And yep. So there's no way in hell that was shot from the front. There's no way. You see the exit wound there. You see the exit of whatever it was on his collar. And you see the entrance on the back. So they want us to believe it's a sniper rifle. They use the media to really control people and manipulate people. And that's why Charlie was silenced, because he talks a lot, right? He tells the truth. And a lot of people don't like to listen to the truth. I think Charlie was getting a little too powerful. Let's look at some more evidence, though. Now, this piece of evidence is a little harder to prove, but I just see it a few times. I'm gonna go show it to you guys and explain what I saw. So let's take it frame by frame. Let's go very slow. See, this guy's rubbing his nose. There's a lot of nose rubbing going on here, right? There's a lot of hand signals. You can see the guy with the white cap. He's doing something. This guy really has an itchy nose. So look at his cell phone, and tell me if you guys see anything abnormal that reflects off his cell phone. Let's look carefully. Right there. See that? Hold on. Right there. That object right there. That object, I think, and I could be wrong about this. This is the least one that I'm confident about. But I think before this happens, something gets called passing up. You see how it goes up? And then that's when he gets into position. That's when Charlie gets killed. And let's see if we can actually find it here. Let me check. We can see the object anywhere around here. Ooh. People were saying that the guy with the sunglasses over there, I don't know how true this is. They were saying that guy was acting weird, like he was controlling something. You see when Charlie gets hit? He's like, he just keeps staring. He doesn't like react. This guy must be a cold-blooded man. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find that Charlie falls down on the floor. Oh, there it is. I just saw it. There it is. There's the object. That winged butterfly, moth-looking dragonfly. Whatever that thing is so advanced. Let's go back. See, whatever this thing is, guys. It's not, I don't think it's a bug. I really don't. And remember too, if you guys, I found this yesterday, Charlie back in 2022, he spoke unkindly regarding Utah Governor Spencer Cox. He said he should be expelled from the Republican Party. Republican Cox is refusing to protect women's sports. He will pander to the trans lobby to continue the destruction of children. Why? He is likely being paid off by Big Pharma, who make billions off hormone blockers and chemical castrations. So here was Charlie, talking down on the governor, and this is the object again. This object is very strange. I don't think it's a bug. If you think this is a bug, then that's what the government wants to believe. And that's why a lot of us, you guys need to find me a bug that looks like this. Because that looks like some type of bladed object, some type of plane, some type of thing that's meant to go through your neck and kill you. And I think that's what happened to Charlie. I think whatever that was went around him. And as you can see in the video, like I showed you guys, it went up. We can look at the video again. So yeah, it went up around him, guys. They got the white hat, and this guy has been in everybody's radar for a while, and rightfully so. Before the thing gets into position, he does that cap. Or, hold on. I think it already got into position. Let's find it. So hard to see this little thing. There it goes. Okay, so once it gets on position, it's right on Charlie's shirt area, right there. It passes through his arm right about here. It goes up, and it goes up on the canopy. Just enough to get in position. And that's when I lose it out of frame until this guy does the signal. Does the thing with his hat. And look how he adjusts the camera just before Charlie's gonna die. Right? As if he was helping that, whatever that thing is, travel. Because just when Charlie's about to die, he does the weird gestures. He does the nose, and then he positions the camera. He positions it in the angle where he can see everything. So if anybody should be giving us footage, it's this guy, because he has the best footage, and no one has collected the footage from this guy, whoever he is. Charlie answers the last question, and this guy does a final thing with his arm. Maybe he gave him the green light to go, and that's when the white speck behind Charlie's neck, you look at it, right there, it's coming. Boom. Right into his shirt. Out. Through his neck. Out his neck. Through his shirt. Out of his shirt. And you can tell by Charlie's reaction, he got hit from the back. Right? You can just tell. So whatever that thing was before that went off frame, it came back around, went through him, and you can just tell by the way his shirt jerks up. You can tell it went from behind him through his neck, jumps through his shirt, and like we saw in the other frame, it went through his shirt as well. We can show you guys that one last time. Okay, so let's take a closer look at that one last time. So whatever the object was, remember we saw the last video, it was already in position. So the guy is already giving the hand signal. He already gave it. The guy with the black shirt, I believe at this moment, he just gave the signal. Let's put this over here. So if you go, you see the object. Let's get a little closer. Right there, that object that just penetrates him. It's going so fast that it looks like it's an after image. That object already went through him. That's just the after image. That's how fast that thing is traveling. It is traveling so fast. Because you gotta remember, for it to travel that quick, it has to be precise, it has to be fast, it has to have impact. And the hit was so perfect. It's so hard to grasp that somebody from a rooftop, a 22-year-old kid, shot from like 200 yards away, and you guys saw the diagram at the beginning of the video, and he made that kill shot on the carotid artery. You're telling me he's that skilled because he has a scope? He's that skilled? It's still hard to shoot a gun with a scope. You can't just give anybody a gun and a scope and they're gonna hit that shot. That's like a 1 in a million shot for an untrained. That was not a shot that came from that. I think that kid was a scapegoat. If you read his text messages, they look scripted. They look rushed. This shot came from behind Charlie. That object right there, as you can see, if you go closer, you see right there that black silhouette right below the O. That's just the after image of whatever went through him. And then if you look at his shirt, you see the little blood splat, and then you see something came out of it. Well, that's the other thing. That's his actual blood going in. But if you see the hole on the shirt, you see something came out of it already. And then you see the metallic object. You're going to see it traveling. There it goes. There it goes. Whatever that thing is the thing that killed Charlie. That is what killed Charlie. Not a gun in the rooftop. That object killed Charlie Kirk. And, yeah, I'm not going to buy it, guys. The shot came from the back. The shot did not come from the front. It wouldn't make any sense from the position that the shooter was in. His shirt jerked up. The shot came from back there. It exited through the left side of the neck. His shirt jerked up. There was a hole in his collar. Because the shot did come from the front, it would have hit somewhere else. The next shot from up there probably would have been very, very difficult. And I'm not saying he probably still would have hit him in the neck, but I don't think it would have been that perfect. The shot, the kill shot that killed Charlie Kirk was so perfect that it's like whoever did it knew anatomy. They knew what would kill somebody. It was just too perfect, man. 22-year-old kids, I know that shit. You know, I don't care how smart this kid is. And if you look at it, they chose the kid that's, oh, he's so smart, he was perfect in school, X, Y, and Z. He was so perfect in school that he dropped out not even a semester. So there's just a lot of red flags. I think that kid is probably a paid actor. I think after he gets incarcerated, they're probably gonna bail him out, the FBI. I don't buy any of this shit. We're lied to a lot by the government. I don't want to shoot conspiracy theories, but if you look at the evidence I provided to you guys today, I think you can kind of come to the conclusion that he was shot from the back. That metallic object looking bug looks strange. It went up behind him in position, and if you look at that one video where you see that white speck and it flies through his neck, and then it comes out through the front if you watch the other video, and then you see the hole in his collar, I mean, at that point, all you got to do is use your eyes and use common sense. I think Charlie Kirk was killed by the government, and I think he was becoming very powerful, very fast, and I think they knew that one day this guy would be president. And listen, I feel for the family, I feel for the guy, and I think we're not being told the whole story. Thank you for watching, guys.